Oh, did we ever need that one. This fan base needed that. This team needed that. The Miami Dolphins get the win 23-15 over the Los Angeles Rams. Man, it just brings me back to being a kid again. The Dolphins have fallen into mediocrity. Therefore, the expectations are gone. Alright, I think everyone could clearly see this team's probably not going to win the Super Bowl and probably not going to make the playoffs. So any win at this point is just a pleasant surprise. So I am pleasantly surprised. I know some fans will still find a way to be miserable after a win. Not me. Alright? I just want to see this team win. I don't give a damn how they win. I don't care if it's 3-2. I don't care if the punter's playing quarterback. I'm just glad the Miami Dolphins got a win. Excuse me if I have to clear my throat a bunch there in this video. Usually I'll edit that out, but it is 11:30 p.m. and I'm going through a cold as pretty much everyone else is at this point as we head into the winter months. So I'll do my best, but listen, 11:30, I ain't gonna be doing too much editing, if any. I do have a glass of chocolate milk on standby. You know, now that I have 2 little children running around, the amount of liquor that I drink is pretty much zero. So I've reverted back to chocolate milk. So, sorry if that makes me a boring human being. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's talk about this football game. First time playing against Matt Stafford in a while. Haven't played him since 2018 when he was with the Lions. And then before that, they only played him one other time. That was in 2014. That was the Brent Grimes great catch game. Where he made that one-handed pick over Calvin Johnson. Everyone remembers it. So we haven't seen Matthew Stafford too many times. And he was 2-0 against us headed into this game. And tonight, the Dolphins defense shut that shit down. Not a single touchdown by that Rams offense. And for the Rams, listen, lots of mistakes. There was a snap that was bobbled by Matt Stafford, turned into a sack. Balls getting tipped at the line. Jalen Ramsey, great night when covering Puka Nacua. I mean, for a defense that has faced some adversity, some injuries, they played outstanding tonight. I mean, you really can't ask for much more. 15 points given up to the Rams. But look, this game started off feeling like it was going to be an offensive football game. First drive of the game, Tua on 3rd and a mile, escapes from defenders, finds Jalen Waddle, gain of like 35 yards. Very next play, Malik Washington gets his first career touchdown. But then after that, both offenses start struggling. Pretty much the whole first quarter, nothing going either way until the Dolphins get an interception off Matt Stafford, Calais Campbell. Amazing night tonight. Probably the MVP of the game. He got the tip there, I believe, and it got picked off. But after that, Dolphins really didn't do much. Tua ends up throwing an interception, but then they fumble it right back, but then we fumble it right back to them. I mean, the offensive line was god-awful tonight for the most part, up until the end of the game. We got it together in the fourth quarter, but, a lot of run plays. Just not even no gain, but just the second the running back gets the ball, loss of yards, no chance. And we have too much talent at running back to have just that kind of blow up multiple times a game. So, offensive line, lots to be desired. But the Rams, they shot themselves in the foot enough times. They had that one drive where they kicked the field goal, but then they were off, or it was a false start. And then it was a 57-yarder, and then they miss it. Following that, the Dolphins get down the field. They score a touchdown. Jonnu Smith, great play, breaking tackles, wouldn't go down. Then Tyreek finds the end zone. But after that, then we go back into stagnant mode. Couple terrible passes. After that, the Dolphins just had to hang on to the game. And later on in the game, the Dolphins are trying to ice the game. Tua has a couple of terrible passes. All right. And then also a terrible sack or two where, he's got to throw the ball away. You got so much time. Throw it away. All right. You're trying to ice the game. You throw a near pick, all right, to that same linebacker. All right. The white boy with the long hair. Don't remember his name. Sorry, Rams fans. All right. I am not educated on that guy, but he had a good game. Tua then takes a sack, had all day, didn't throw it away. Very next play, he escapes the pocket, finds Raheem, first down. And then Jason Sanders, 50 yards away. I was sitting there like, there's no way. There's no way Jason Sanders hits this. A must-have kick, fourth quarter, 50 yards away. He fucking made it. I couldn't believe it. And that's pretty much all she wrote. The Dolphins defense held it down after that. I mean, listen, it wasn't pretty, but this team got it done. Tua wasn't fantastic, but he did enough. He had some fantastic plays, had some bad plays. Every night's not going to be the spectacular night, but as long as you do enough, and it also wasn't, the nightmare night. It was enough, 207 yards, a touchdown, a pick, 20 out of 28. That's not terrible, especially when your offensive line couldn't block anything. Really, the star of the show tonight is that defense. The defensive line was all over the Rams, especially in pass protection. So, more importantly, we just needed to get in the win column, all right? We needed it. All right, the fan base needed it. Sick of losing. All right, you got 2 straight games where you lose on a last-second field goal. You got to follow through. You got to go on the West Coast. You got to get a win on Monday Night Football. And the Dolphins do just that. So, listen, happy to see it. All right, the Miami Dolphins get the win. Monday Night Football, very rare prime-time win for the Miami Dolphins. Can't stress that enough. Prime-time victory. Does not happen very often for the Miami Dolphins, at least not in my existence. So, I'll take it. We'll take it. Dolphins get the win. All right, I got to go to bed. I got work tomorrow. There's more. All right, I was about to sign off. I literally had this thing saved. But then I went on the old Twitter, the place where intelligence lies, and also the place where I get my highlights. All right. So I went and loaded up the Twitter to get some highlights, and I see some Dolphins fans actually upset, thinking that this win means that McDaniel is staying, Greer is staying, Tua is staying. Listen, all right, a couple things, a little advice I want to give to those fans out there that are real torn up about the Dolphins winning and wanted them to lose, so hopefully we got rid of what you view as the issues. First thing is, winning this game does not mean Tua is going to be the quarterback next year. It doesn't mean he is or he isn't. It doesn't mean Greer will or won't be here. Same with McDaniel. That decision is made by Stephen Ross, the owner of the team. I'm sure he's not a bumbling idiot, all right? Actually, I know he's not. So he ultimately gets that say. I'm certain that say is not determined by one singular game in a season that hasn't gone our way. All right? So if you're getting all up in arms, torn up, going on the internet, trying to tell everyone to, hey, listen, I get that you guys are happy we won a football game, but shut the fuck up and be miserable, because this means we're getting set back 10 more years. No, the fuck it doesn't. All right? You fucking idiots. I'm sorry. All right, if you're one of those people, all right, it ain't personal, but when it comes to this football shit, you're a fucking idiot. All right? It's not setting the team back 10 years. If they go on a run, does that mean probably these guys are going to stay? I mean, think of what happened in the 2020, was it 21? Or it was 22, where they started off 1-7, then went on a run, and then barely missed the playoffs. I mean, Ross still fired Flores' ass right after that. I mean, Allegedly, it was because he was black. But, you know, I'm sure in Stephen Ross's head, it was because of football reasons. I don't think I was supposed to say that. All right, that might have been too edgy. Given that the times we're in this country. All right, I'm just hoping no one has made it this far into the video at this point. All right, I'm starting to sweat. I feel like. All right, I'm getting out of here. All right.